I was 18, my brother was 21. One Saturday evening, when all the work was done, we went down to the river, had some tried lines to run. My brother Walter had a fight the week before, knocked a boy named Wilson through the pool hall door. They said you don't mess with Wilson unless you want a war. I put the boat in the water and I made the engine run. I loaded the lantern.
All right, we're here. Parking lot's up there. Start working your way through this canyon. About 5 miles is the bridge to nowhere. I guess there used to be a road built through here way back in the day that they were using in case there was a nuclear attack. People from Los Angeles could escape or something. I don't know if that's accurate, but that's what I seen. And there's a bridge, like a nice bridge built back here 5 miles in. I bungee jumped off it one time, and when I hiked through here, there was a bunch of old timers like prospecting for gold down by the river. And I was wondering if they actually found stuff down here, and I started doing some research. I guess this used to be like a pretty good little mining hotspot. They'd pull a lot of gold out of this canyon, but they outlawed the use of like mining equipment, so you can't use like tractors and stuff like that out here. It's got to be by hand. So even now I think it's kind of semi-outlawed to pan and stuff, but everyone comes up here and still does it. And you got to pan by hand, so it's just a bunch of hardcore guys out here digging and putting in work for a little bit of gold. But apparently the river's got a good amount of it, so I'm gonna try my hand at it today, see if I can pull something. Even a speck would be rad, so we'll see what happens. Even if you're not panning for gold out here, dude, the trail and the hiking is so dope. So sick out here. You're running right along a river. You got to cross this river a couple times just to get, you know, to the bridge to nowhere. And then if you want to go further than that, you're pretty much running the river the whole time. But it's badass because it's not really like an official trail. It's just kind of beat in from people hiking. So it's pretty rad out here.
It's a sinking sun, and my brother Walter was loading his gun, and we went down the river. Down past the coal docks, we were running our line. Heard some drunken boaters racing up behind. It was Wilson and his cousin had trouble on their mind.
So you can tell where people have kind of dug out. You know, we're right on the river. You can see this one for sure. You can tell right here, actually. You know, they're digging down under these big rocks, big boulders. And, you know, they're thinking that the heavy gold sits, you know, hits the edge of these big old rocks and just kind of piles up around the bottom of it. And, yeah, clearly people are prospecting all the way up here so far. So I'm going to keep on heading in.
Passed on by us, probably going to tend their pie. We headed up the river with the fish we caught, but before we made the landing, I thought I heard a shot. Back down the river.
Well, this looks like as good of a spot as any to post up, so probably dig around the bank right here a little bit, see what happens. I got a classifier to get some of the big rocks out, and then a regular gold pen, 5-gallon bucket, shovel, some gloves, and I guess I'm just gonna start filling this bucket up, separating it down, and panning out pans and see. All right, I moved that big old rock right there out of this, you know, I'm right here in basically the middle of the river. The water level is probably the lowest right now, so usually this is probably a lot deeper. So moved that rock and dug down into this puddle and pulled up all this, and now I'm gonna go classify it wet and take a look at the first pan ever in my life, dude. I'm stoked. Hopefully there's something in it. Let's see.
My brother Walter fell over the side. I couldn't find him, no matter how I tried. And I looked along the bank, but I couldn't find where they'd hide. Well, they drugged the river, they searched it up and down. Couldn't find his body, so they decided that he'd drown. But I knew better, and Wilson bragged around town. So one night I floated down right above Wilson's shack. I hid in the woods till I saw him walk out back. I put a bullet in his head, dropped him in his tracks, and we went down the river. Down below the trestle, where the water runs slow, I chained him to an anvil, and then I let him go. And 5 years later, I ain't told a soul. And I ain't done much fishing, I hardly wet a line. The death of my brother is still heavy on my mind. I've been thinking Wilson's cousin better find a place to hide, 'cause I'm going down the river. Yeah, I'm going down the river.
Alright, first pan ever. Started walking it down. And I got a little speck of gold right there. Not really a picker, but a big enough piece you can see. And that's gold, dude. So it's here, it's in the river. That's just the first pan, so I guess however many times I do this today is how many of these little baby pieces I'm gonna take home. But hopefully we'll get on some more. This is exciting, so pretty fun. Still cruising here. I got this hole going right here where I moved some of these big rocks out of, and I'm digging down. I think I'm coming up with a plan. I'm gonna open up this dam a little, right? Make more water flow off the right side and drop the water level in this pool right here and expose this so I can dig deeper and see what's down there. Man, this is super sick so far. I think I found a couple little flakes. They're in the little vial thing they give you in the pack. Just out here cruising, tried to open this up a bit so the water flows faster in this pool and tried to dam that one up a bit. But kind of sampling this bank here. And I might work over that big tree up in the hill right there and dig under that because they say roots catch gold when the water levels were higher in the past and whatnot. Who knows? But trying a couple spots, a couple things popped up here, but nothing crazy. Still just having fun right here in the river like a little kid. Got another pan worked down. Got a couple specks of gold. One there, one there, one there. It's a little bit of gold, people. This is sick.
Well, my granddaddy was a good man, no matter what the papers say. He worked till he bled for everything he had, brought us up to do the same. One afternoon in June, they had us working just like a couple mules. My cousin and me were 20 feet deep and covered in red mud clay. Well, we ran pipe from the creek bed through the woods to the old gray shack. It was worth the trouble to work them shovels for Granddaddy's sour mash stash. All the weeds and pecan trees had a secret we all swore to keep. Well, my granddaddy knew what the law would do if they ever come snooping round back. Lord, I'm down in the gully where the creek is high. Lord, I'm down in the gully where only the moon shines. Without money you can't buy nothing, and nothing is a damned old shame. When you're in the hole, you sell your soul for running water instead of rain. Where the hills were filled with the smell of cash, cooking in that copper steel. Everybody knew where to get their brew, and that made our family name. Lord, I'm down in the gully where the creek is high. Lord, I'm down in the gully where only the moon shines. The years and laws passed by. They couldn't keep the county dry. One night the sheriff went to looking for the man who was cooking that bootleg moonshine. Well, he called the press and he brought his best to tear our old shack down. But when they went for the stash, my granddaddy laughed. For the shack was a pump house. Lord, I'm down in the gully where the creek is high. Lord, I'm down in the gully where only the moon shines. It was down in the gully where the creek is high. Lord, I'm down in the gully where only the moon shines.
Back home, that's what I got for gold. It's not much, but that's definitely gold. So pretty cool. At least I got to kick it by the river all day, so that was sweet.